Oh, shoot. Here we go again. The studio that brought you the disasters that were Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, and the Justice League have introduced... Well, it's been introduced for a while. They've dropped a new trailer on their upcoming disaster, which is the Harlequin movie. I mean, the Birds of Prey movie. I mean, the Harlequin movie. This is going to be a disaster. And now, a lot of people... I'm not going to go the same route. A lot of people are saying, you know, the wokeness and the girl power and this... Yes, that is going to be a detraction from it, and it's going to make people not want to see it, the wokeness of it. But I think there's a factor that they're not missing. A lot of people aren't digging as deep into the who and what is going to make this movie just an absolute mess. Now, the Suicide Squad movie, I look back to the Suicide Squad movie. The Suicide Squad movie did not know what it wanted to be, and there were a lot of reshoots, and it was a mess. They really botched that in editing. They didn't know if they wanted to be a Suicide Squad movie or if it wanted to be a Harlequin and Joker movie. And really, the Harlequin Joker part was a detraction from the movie. It was really a distraction from the movie, to be honest. The Suicide Squad movie could have been a lot of fun if you hadn't added that terrible Jared Leto Joker. You guys remember when Jared Leto played the Joker? Yeah, nobody liked Indie Record Store Joker. You can't get that through your head that nobody liked Indie Record Store Joker. Nobody thought that was going to be an interesting take on it. So the movie was a mess, and once again, at the end, they wound up fighting, I guess it was like a giant smoke monster, or you never really... There were so many really cool characters that just got swept up in Harlequin's, you know, them highlighting Harlequin and more specifically her body. There's not a whole lot of memorable scenes from that movie aside from her getting dressed or, you know, undressed, as it may be. So that's part of the problem. But now here we go from the studio that has botched almost everything since, you know, starting this DCEU. Granted, Wonder Woman was pretty good, but Wonder Woman was very basic. You know, there was nothing really groundbreaking or really that interesting. You know, Wonder Woman stands out by not falling down on its face. I like the Wonder Woman movie. I liked, what did I go see in the theaters? I saw Shazam. Shazam was a fun superhero movie that was for, you know, it was aimed more for kids, but it was actually, I saw it in the theaters, it was actually pretty fun. I haven't seen Aquaman yet. I really haven't been drawn to see Aquaman. Everybody said it was, once again, it stands out because it doesn't fall on its face, which, when it comes to the DCEU, is a pretty big accomplishment. But I think this one's going to fall on its face because it's not going to know, right off the bat, the movie, I don't think the movie knows what it wants to be. Do you want to be the Harlequin movie, or do you want to be the Birds of Prey movie? Now, I think Harlequin is going to ride this one out. But I'll get to the video review starts now. Here's why this is going to fail. This is why it's going to be a mess. The director. Well, you get the studio first and foremost making bad decisions. The director. This is her first major film. She has been making films for about 9 years. Yes, I think they wanted to bring in the wokeness. I think they wanted to bring in a female director, female person of color. Is Asian considered a POC? I don't know. They're pretty darn successful. I don't know if they get the same credits as everybody else does. But they brought us. She's directed one movie, one actual full. Oh, there goes one of those weird one wheels. It's called Dead Pigs, and it was a Chinese release. It was never released here in America. The fart sniffing critics of high film like that, they gave it a 6.4 out of 10, which shows you probably not very good. I tried to do some background on this movie to see what it was about. I went to the Wikipedia. Surprise, surprise! There's no Wikipedia on Dead Pigs. So that is where I think this movie's going to fall on its face. I think you're taking a director who's really never done this in the studio system. Never done a major film, and you're throwing her into this, and once again, giving her subject matter that's not really clear. Is this a Birds of Prey, or is this going to be a Harlequin movie? They really haven't even established the Birds of Prey in this, Huntress and Black Canary and Oracle. They really haven't established those characters in the DCEU. So I think we're going to wind up with a situation like Dawn of Justice, where they went the opposite direction of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where they're like, okay, we're going to do our big crossover movie first without testing any of these characters on screen to see if it's going to work. We're going to get Jesse Eisenberg, who's kind of off-putting. We're going to tell him he's playing Lex Luthor, but we really want him to play the Riddler. We're going to get an absolute freak show to play the Flash, and it's going to be all dark and gloomy like a Snyder film. So, okay, we're going to do it without setting anything else up. Nobody has even seen Aquaman before. Go. And that's where that movie came apart. That's not a good plan. Once again, I think this is like a lighter version of it going in. Once again, you're trying to bring in three hero characters that nobody has seen in the DCEU before. No, everybody's, now that it's been released or now that it's been announced and the trailers are hit, everybody's looking at this like, oh, the Birds of Prey are Harley Quinn, Arrow, Crossbow Woman, and I don't know, is Black Canary even going to be in this? I couldn't tell from the trailer. The trailer was all Harley Quinn all the time, and while I think she's a strong enough character to have her own movie, I just think that the way that they've portrayed her in the DCEU as sort of girl Deadpool, like crazy, chaotic girl Deadpool, is not really true to the character, and it's really not interesting. I could go watch a Deadpool movie if I wanted to see Deadpool. And Harley Quinn, Paul Dini and Bruce Timm, the way that they created her, I've always seen her as sort of a cautionary character, a very tragic character, a very bright, intelligent young woman with the world at her feet, and she could do anything. She was a doctor. She was Dr. Harley Quinn, Harleen Quinzel. She was a doctor, and then she fell for this guy who was very charismatic, and this very charismatic psychopath. And that was her flaw, is she fell for that personality and got sucked into it. And it wasn't about what she did, it was about what he would make her do. And like I said, she was a tragic cautionary character. And Hollywood, she goes into the Hollywood movie system and like, okay, that's not fun, we're not going to do that. Yeah, it's interesting, but we need a female Deadpool, and she's going to be the female Deadpool. So there's a lot of factors in this. I don't think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a successful movie as far as money, depending on how much they spend making it. But I don't think it's going to be one of those superhero movies that we look back on for years and years and go back to, like the first Iron Man, like Winter Soldier, Civil War, the Endgame, things like that. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be, it's coming out in the summer, right? It's going to be a summer movie. It's going to be a blockbuster. It's what you're doing. It might have its funny parts. I don't know if the director is funny. I don't know if she's good at doing comedic beats, but that is why, that's why I think this is going to fall on its face. I think they're getting a director who isn't really used to doing this. This isn't her forte. Really, we don't know, not really sure what she does. She's never done a movie here in the Hollywood system. And once again, I think the movie's going to suffer from not knowing what it wants to be, who it wants to be. So tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me if I'm spot on about this. Tell me if you make any of the correlations that I make, like to a movie that really doesn't know what it wants to be, and it's going to try to introduce too many characters within a short runtime to be coherent and really build these characters up to where we're interested in them and tell a good story. But tell me what you think in this. That's all I got for this one. I don't know if I'll go see it the first day. I may wait for this to hit Netflix or HBO, but that's how I watch Suicide Squad. But yeah, tell me what you think. You guys go have a good day. Thank you. It is Thursday. I gotta go. I'm gonna hit the comic book shop tomorrow, so I will have some new comic book reviews. And yeah, thanks for your time. You guys go have a good day. Bye.